This is going to be helpful for when you're DC.
Yeah, so I'll record it, and if everybody's here, I generally don't record this class. But Quizlet, Tuesdays we always have someone not there. So I record it. Like Margaret, she has a class at that time, so she can always go back. So on Tuesdays, if you miss Tuesdays, the easiest thing for you to do is just to go back and look. Well, not for this class because you guys erase it. I was gonna say go back. You can go back and look at the Google Doc. It'll give you an idea, from what I've typed in, what we covered. My other classes, we keep absolutely everything there. With this class being so big and so many people, we probably should just keep it up there instead of just erasing it. That way people will. But it's a living document, so you guys can go back and erase whatever you want, whenever you want. That's why I made sure you guys don't have editing rights on the homework sheet. On the important stuff. Okay, so recording. Okay, and then for more than 1 o'clock, we use what? Solas, okay. So how would I say it's 12:25?
Son las 12:12.
Y 25. Son las 12:25. So how do I say 30? Y media. So you can say y media, or you can say 30. 30, half. Either way, right? Y media or y 30. Okay. So that's enough for you. Time for the test. Okay. Go ahead and write the time.
I got this. Makes me like.
This is a closed book. You girls have your books open to the time page. Not just open, but open to the time page. Okay, moving on. Next one, number 2. Ooh. Okay, number 2. I'm trying to be realistic with my time, as if this were a real clock. Okay. Okay. Next one. So on this one, write both options, okay? Write both options. Write both options. Everybody get that one? board, but I didn't clean the eraser. That was a disaster. Okay, and one more. The last one. The last torture. ¿Qué preguntas? Have you ever used lefty paper? Special notebooks for people that are left-handed. It's easy for you to use it just backwards. You do that a lot. You use the left-handed paper a lot. Yeah. Preguntas.
I never realized people have good paper.
Oh, I noticed right away.
Really?
Because you know the biggest thing with him is that he always has his book open and he's drawing. And so the different that he has is in the hand. Yeah, I don't know. I just you know the side that he approaches the paper. Just for us, for a recognized person, for a recognized person, if we're writing on this side of the page, this doesn't bother us. But if you're a lefty, you're approaching it from this side. You're always on top of this side, or in a book that has a binding that you can't flip over, you're always this side. It's easy to approach it from this side. I'm just sorry. It's just fun there too. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, obviously it does. How would you be able to tell something wasn't observing?
Oh, observant. I thought you were saying he was a lefty. Okay.
Like 24.
Yeah. I know. I thought I was. Okay. So time. We'll take our time.
Dave, turn off the music.
Hola. Okay. So the first one was what?
So do the microphone.
Oh,
I'll go get it. Ready?
did I not write one down? There's four. There was four.
Yeah, I wrote down 5. I wrote down 4. I have 4.
I love questions.
I have 4.
Everyone, what's it? Does everyone have what? Son las 5? Okay. Okay. Then I must have written it down wrong. I must have done it. For the next one.
La una.
You're such an asshole.
La 1:55. Muy bien. Es la 1. Oh,
Because
next one.
You get off to me, he's that boy. You're supposed to do
Las 3 o son las 4? Son las 4. Son las 4. Okay, 15. And the last one was? Son las 11:30. Or son las 11:30. Hola, clase. So, do you guys prefer for me to send you email, or do you prefer? Usually, you join me just from me inviting you through Google.
Yeah.
But do you guys prefer? You prefer email, or do you usually join through Google?
Email or Gmail.
Email. Okay, I'll make sure I email you earlier next time. Sorry about that. I was thinking that you guys always join me through Google, so I'll send the email sooner next time. Sorry about that. Okay. So, someone did okay on that spelling? Spelling is not really hard in Spanish. over the alphabet, right? Let's just go over really quickly a few things. Okay, so knowing the names of the vowels is beneficial because the names of their sound, right? But for the other ones, let's just go through, like página SH 34. Page SH 34, the book in the student handbook section. SH 34 is el alfabeto. ¿Qué dice? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay. We talk about this. Okay. And what word do you have there for this? Okay. So I have a young girl that I do just a Spanish class all by herself. And she's just a natural in Spanish, but she's never been introduced to it just in my classes. And so I just do a one-on-one tutoring session with her for like 45 minutes a week. So that every time I have her, I'll say words and I'll have her spell them for me. When I say verbo, this is what she writes. Okay. Anytime I say the D sound, it's not at the beginning of a word, she always writes the TH. Right? For pronunciation of the D in Spanish. It's more of a L than a D. At the beginning of a word, yes, D says sound. But when it's intervocalic, what is intervocalic? Between vowels. Okay. When it's between vowels like this, so that's the technical term is intervocalic because vowel. Okay. So it says the sounds. Okay. So every time, and so I explained to her, so I'm like, okay, I gotta explain to her. So this is more of that. So verbo. It has more of the hard TH sound, the L sound, than the solid D. At the beginning, yes, that's verbo. You're kind of hearing two different sounds for the D sound, but you know when to do it, right? It's not like a random thing like most English exceptions and rules and stuff are. And there are no exceptions. When it's intervocalic, it says the sensation than the hard sound, right? Okay. And that says the regular D sound. X, we talked about X. What do we know about the sound for X?
X.
Yeah, for X, what do we know about the sound for X? X
It's
has,
never at the beginning of a letter.
that's for sure. I mean, they use X-ray just because. Well, examiner, see, they don't even use X-ray like we do. We don't have really any much words that begin. Now, in some native languages from Mexico, you have a lot of X's at the beginning. Oh, in different names of native language, native peoples from whatever, use a lot of X's and Z's at the beginning of words. So X, intervocalically, which means again what? Between two vowels, okay? So X intervocalically, would say the X sound.
I was like, that's
I'm hurting. I'm like, you know what? I must have done something wrong. I was going to X, EX. Okay, so intervocalic is a sound, but otherwise it says that. Okay, so the word they have there is examen, but this one, vocalic, right? It has the T there, so it's extra. You can't be okay. So that's just the soft sound. So intervocalic says And another one, B, right? B is not as hard as it is in English, right? So it's B. You kind of almost feel a vibration more on your lips than you. It's kind of got air flowing through it at the same time. Let's see what else we have. Zapato says what? I mean, that's Sita says, right? Who says hard K. Who? So a lot of people are still trying to say like, que, yeah, it doesn't work. It's just the K sound. Q is never involved in the qua sound in Spanish. Never. Remember, what did we say? If we want the qua sound in Spanish, what letters do we use? C and U. Cuatro. Qua. Qua. So anytime you want the qua, and you hear qua in Spanish, it's always CU. What two sounds can yeah make?
E and I.
E and not I. E as in E, the sound E, the sound, same sound as the English Y, right? So yes says yeah, and it says E. Okay. What's this letter? Anybody remember? I think we talked about it. This letter, double L is, what's the name of that letter?
E.
Yeah.
I remember I used to do the Spanish alphabet because I remember when I was like.
You learned it before? Did you?
Everything like 1 or 2 weeks ago, I was trying to like memorize the alphabet, and I remember it was like a really old YouTube video, and like one of the letters.
And most of them, that's why I'm hard pressed to find a current video that has the real alphabet on it, because I told you 10, 12 years ago, they went through and they removed 3 letters and renamed a bunch of them. So yeah, used to be called E.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
The
my
Greek
mom.
The Greek
My mom.
Y. So Y.
That's cool. When we got back from Spanish and our first time in alphabet, and we were telling her like the letters we learned, she was like, "Are you sure I learned it like equally?"
And that's how I did too. Yeah. So I had to relearn because all the textbooks I was choosing had this new alphabet in it. So Y, the Greek I, right? It comes from the Greek alphabet. Okay. And of course, so this is Y. And remember, anytime, what sound does it make? Yeah. Yeah. That's the same as the Y. And it's less.
Why is it E? I thought.
It's Y. It's Y. Yeah. Okay. So like, this word would be what?
Yeah.
Lleno, which is full. Okay. Like, ¿cómo se llama? What's your name? Llama. So it says the yes sound. Always. And let's see. Erre. Erre is another one. And I don't know if it was this class we talked about it, or if it was a couple of Spanish 1 classes. So it bears repeating if I have already told you. Okay. R. Okay. So it used to be this was R and this was R, and they were 2 separate alphabets. Okay. But now they've dropped this one out and they call this one R. Okay. So at the beginning of a word, it's rolled. Okay. But just one R. One R intervocalically, or within a word, doesn't have to be intervocalically, but one R within a word has more of the Z sound, paro, has more of the D sound, paro. So repiten, taro, paro. Okay. To get a rolled R sound, I add a second one. Okay. So I could take this same one. And how would I pronounce it this word? Tarro. This is tarro. Okay. When you're speaking really quickly, when you're listening to a native speaker, you're not going to hear tarro. You know, you're not gonna, that's like way over emphasized. And you're gonna hear that there's a slight roll. It's not a big, long, drawn out roll, but you'll hear it. Taro, 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 taro. You'll hear it. It's quick. Okay. Had a good marker and I set it down somewhere. There you go. It's that one. It's the one with the yellow. I was gonna say it's the one with the yellow on it. Okay. So ¿qué es? Costa Rica, ¿qué es? ¿Es país? ¿Es country? Rica? ¿En Centroamérica? Sí. Okay. But if I want to, if you're from Costa Rica and I want to say you're Costa Rican,
You sure about that one?
okay, so look what's happened. This has become one word, right? Costa Rican. In English, we would keep it 2 words with me, and we'd be capitalized and all that good stuff, right? So, costarricense. Why did I double that R there? But why? So why I want that sound? Why do I want that sound? Because it's here, right? When it's 2 separate words, it has that little R sound. So when I combine 2 words, just like Puerto Rican, okay, Puerto Rico, okay. Okay, this R here has the rolled R sound, right? Okay, so again, what did I do? I doubled that R because I'm maintaining the sound that it is. Okay. So, repiten, costarricense,
Costarricense.
costarricense,
Costarricense.
puertorriqueño,
Puertorriqueño.
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 So Spanish does things like to maintain sounds. We want to maintain sounds, or they'll put in accents to maintain. Sorry. Mi mente a veces no hace bueno. Okay. I think that's good for letters. So equipped with all that information, of course, C and G, what are the rules? They have 2 different sounds. And so what are the 2 different sounds and when?
G has hair.
Has huh?
And then C has stuff. Like an animal.
Okay, and what are the hard sounds?
And
Good.
ja.
Not ja.
Ja.
Okay. And do they be soft sounds?
A vowel.
Which
E
specific?
or I.
E? I didn't know if you're saying in Spanish or English.
No.
E or E, right? Followed by I or E, they make their soft sound. Okay, hard sound, all the rest of them, right? A, O, and U. Okay. So, ¿qué es? ¿Cómo se pronuncia? ¿Cómo se pronuncia?
Logos.
Logos, okay. ¿Cómo se pronuncia?
Lógico. Lógico. Lógico.
No ja, never ja. Lógico, right? Logical. Lógico because of the I. It's the soft sound. There. Okay, lógico. Okay. That. En capítulo, capítulo 1. Página 40. Página 40. Página 40. So I need a Sandra. And Anita. I need Sandra, Anita, and José. ¿Cómo se dice José? Si no tenemos voluntarios. Adiós. Yo dije, José, gracias. Muchas gracias, José. And then you be Sandra, and you be Anita. And then you got to figure out which ones they are. You are Anita, so you're the pelirroja. And you'll be the morena. And tú eres el chico. Okay. Especially once you see what it's about, too, especially. Okay. Oye, Sandra. Ajá.
Es el
Muchacho.
muchacho.
Allí, over there. Who's that boy over there?
Yeah.
Okay. El muchacho. Oh, just look
El muchacho
bajo.
es
Bastante
bastante
guapo.
guapo, ¿no?
Oh, that's quite good. Oh,
It's rather good looking.
no, it's rather.
No?
No,
No.
right, like, is he not?
Sí, es José.
Jose. Okay, so how would I really pronounce that name? Look at that. Look at Jose.
José.
Jose is fine. Jose is fine. The last name. In English, yeah, we always say Cardenas, right? But look where the accent is. Cardenas. Cardenas, right? You have the accent over that first I, so the accent needs to go there. So it's Jose Cardenas, okay?
Oh, where ours?
Ah.
Oh, if it's an I was,
Ah.
Mine.
And your words at the bottom. And not the other side. No.
Es un alumno nuevo, pero él aquí
And E.
y yo somos amigos.
Con.
Con el
No.
nombre
Ajá. Nombre.
de
Cárdenas.
Cárdenas es latino,
Latino.
¿no?
Es latino, ¿no? Okay.
Sí, es de Colombia.
Colombia.
Y de Colombia. Hola, José.
Hola, José.
Hola, Sandra.
José es Anita.
Mucho gusto, Anita.
Eres
De
de Colombia. Eres de Colombia.
José.
José, yo
Sí.
Soy de Cartagena.
Okay, well, we're going to need to say that. Cartagena. Cartagena. A rule we just went over, G followed by. Okay. Okay. Okay, coincidencia.
Ustedes dos son colombianos.
Colombia. So it's Colombia. It's not Colombia, and it's Colombia, right? So it's Colombia. So what do we know about Jose y Sandra?
Colombia.
Wow, he's got it all going on. Oh no, he's short. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, and I was like, why it's funny. It's really funny because he's ugly, but he's.
I'm not familiar with who that is.
Oh,
And was that the one with Steve Martin? No, it's called The Three Amigos. It's a comedy, right?
Yeah.
The man, Steve Martin. I think it's really, really funny and goofy.
It's a movie about like the three amigos of all white kids, white guys. So,
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah, older white guy. Oh, in Mexico.
know. They're in Mexico.
Okay.
They go to Mexico to say something.
Okay, so El Guapo is really ugly. Okay, that's funny. So it's probably why. So now you understand the movie, right?
Yeah, I was just like,
So really is like good looking. So either way, for a guy or for a guy or girl. Did it say good looking?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Attractive, yeah. Because it goes for both sexes.
The main guys.
She looked it up, she verified. Yes. Anything he finished. I don't know too much.
He's a dude
But
that plays in he's like some weirdo dad.
I think he is.
I feel like he is. It's like all like the.
Okay, so he's Cartagena. Are they from? They don't. He doesn't say where he's from, right? He's from Cartagena. We don't know. Anita. She doesn't say where she's from. She's just from Colombia, right? Just like San Jose. And San Jose. What's San Jose mean? Saint Joseph. Okay. ¿Quién es el amigo? ¿Quién es el amigo de José?
Who is that one?
Who is the friend of? Who is José's friend? Ella dice, es un alumno nuevo, pero él y yo somos amigos. Anita es la amiga de José, ¿sí?
Yeah,
Anita es la amiga. And so Sandra Smitten, right? Sandra Smitten, she's just thing. Jose is just, it's total, right? He's everything.
Just like.
I think.
He's smaller than her.
Ella es alta, ¿sí? Anita es alta y José es un poco bajo, ¿sí? Es un poco bajo. ¿Dónde están? ¿Dónde están? Where would you think this situation was taking place?
La escuela.
¿Escuela en los Estados Unidos? No, en los Estados Unidos o en México o escuela secundaria, pero no en Colombia. No, probablemente no en Colombia, ¿sí? Because okay, you're both from, because if we're in Colombia, then chances are you're from Colombia, right? So probablemente no Colombia. ¿En los Estados Unidos? ¿Es posible? ¿Es posible? ¿Es it possible? ¿Es posible? ¿Los Estados Unidos? Es posible. México, es posible. Nicaragua, es posible. Panamá, right? Could be anywhere. Pero probablemente no Colombia. Other than that, and with uniforms, probablemente no los Estados Unidos. Unless it's some kind of private school, right? Most public schools don't have a uniform, uniformes, right? En la escuela secundaria. Hay muchos. De elementary. No, la escuela secundaria no. No. Or those like a color scheme, like red khaki or blue bottoms or white. Your blue shirt. A lot of times not a set. En los Estados Unidos son las escuelas privadas, ¿sí?
Well, at least you didn't have to have a uniform, but they gave us like shirts and shirts.
And you had to wear that shirt every day?
Almost every day, or like on holidays.
Oh, you got free
You had
dress
to wear
day.
them holidays?
You didn't have to.
Oh.
Okay, let's look at page 42, página 42. amigos latinos en Estados Unidos. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and read our study the stuff. Okay.
Hola amigos, somos Francisco Chávez y Guadalupe Garza. Somos alumnos en una escuela secundaria en Norteamérica,
América.
En una escuela secundaria norteamericana, pero para nosotros el español no es una lengua.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at that word. What do we know about that X there? It needs to say what sound. Okay? And then the J needs to say, that's when we go over J, always says a ch, the resting H, okay? Hannah. Orange. Okay, go ahead and stop there. We'll have someone else start reading. Margaret, you want to read for us?
Read what?
That's okay. Are you guys not following along? Page 42, we're in the middle of the paragraph on page 42,
Okay.
where it starts por qué.
Okay. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros somos de ascendencia mexicana. Somos mexicano-americanos. Somos el grupo número 1, el grupo mayoritario de hispanohablantes en los Estados Unidos.
Okay, muy bien, gracias, perfecto. Okay, so Luis said, yay, sound good. Okay, so just a couple quick things. Hispanohablantes, okay. Cool. I've heard hispanohablantes. So what does it say? Somos el grupo número 1. Somos el grupo número 1. We're the number 1 group of what? Hispanohablantes, right? That somos mexicano-americanos. Mexicano-americanos. We are Mexican-Americans. So Mexican-Americans are the number 1 group of Spanish-speaking people in North America. No, in the United States, in Estados Unidos. I knew it couldn't be North America because that's kind of a no-brainer, right? We got Mexico. The largest group of Spanish-speaking people in the United States, which is logical, right? Because they're right below us. That's that, and again, going back to the fact that this used to be in Mexican territory. There's a lot of people that still are passing language on years and years ago. Hopefully. Okay, so the number, el grupo mayoritario, repite, mayoritario. Majority group. Okay, so Isaac, go ahead and start with Cubano-Americanos.
Somos Ramón Ugarte.
Okay, how do you say that name? No, the last name.
Davila?
No. Davila.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, the accent.
that's funny, my tia.
Davila?
Yeah, Davila.
Okay. So only reason you should get that is the
It's her
accent.
last name.
So anytime you see an accent in the word, you should go, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to have to pronounce this counterintuitive. So you see that accent, you're like, Davila. Okay, muy bien. Florida.
Somos de ascendencia
Ascendencia.
cubana. Somos cubano-americanos.
Perfecto. Cubano-americanos, okay? So, ¿por qué hay muchos cubanos en la Florida? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué hay muchos cubanos en la Florida? ¿Por qué?
Why are there so many Cubans in Florida?
¿Por qué? Sí. Es lógico, ¿sí? Es lógico, it's logical, right? It's closer to Florida than than Texas or than North Carolina. I mean, they're so close. What is it? You can see, I think you can look from Florida, if I'm not mistaken, and see Cuba. I'm not 20 miles or something off the coast of Florida. As a bird flies, obviously, as a boat floats, right? So it's that close. It's right there. So there's Cuba. There's Cuba. There's La Florida. It's just right there. It's just, so es porque hay muchos cubanoamericanos en la Florida. Okay. What do we know about Ramon y Marisa?
They're from Miami, but
They're
they're
from Miami.
Or-
Miami es Florida.
Oh, but
They're from Cuba, ¿sí? Son de Cuba. Son de Cuba. Muy bien. But they're in Miami. So they're from.
so they were Cuban American.
But did they ever live in Cuba?
Yeah. No, wait, it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Where does it say that? It tells you.
It says
Ascendencia cubana. Okay. So that means they're from Cuban descendants. You know, they're descendants of
So
Cuban.
their blood is Cubano-Americanos, but they moved to Florida.
They actually never lived in Cuba. That's what I get from this because they said we're from Cuban.
So their blood is Cuban,
Maybe sus
but-
padres or sus abuelos, their parents or their grandparents. Pero they actually themselves. That's why they're Cuban Americans. Okay. Who's next?
Ese no es una
Lengua.
lengua importante partes de Estados Unidos. En Estados Unidos hay más de 44.
Sorry. I have the updated version.
Yeah. Oh,
Go ahead, read what you said. I'm like, I knew she did this. Take that for me. Hispanohablantes. Hispanohablantes. Okay, my book says 50. Yours says, obviously, I have, mine was after the 2010 census. There are more. El census, muy interesante. Work on it, like once you turn 18, the next census, because I think it's every 10 years. You get a chance to do it. It's really fun. To work on the census. You go around and you poll people that didn't turn in their papers. You know what the census is? No, you hear them talking about data, and they know that so many people of certain descendants or a certain income level live in a certain area. Like, you know, if you go on, where do you get that information from? If you're writing a report, Wikipedia gets it from somewhere, right? Wikipedia gets it. So the census is every 10 years, the government sends out, now they send out paper, and it's a packet you have to fill out. You have to fill out how many people live in your home, ages, ethnicities, status, that kind of thing. The government's nosy. They want to compile all this data. And so if you don't send your paperwork in, then they send someone to your house. They're going to get their information somewhere. So I was the person, I went to different people's homes, or if there was a specialty place, like it was a group home, or it was, so they would send us out, and we would go to different places that didn't send all the paperwork. I would take 5-10 minutes with them, or if it was a large place with multiple different people dwelling in.
What happened if you just answer a question, you put the good comment? That's how you answer.
Well, most of it's multiple choice, other than filling in numbers for numbers of people, you know. The option to not say, but you had to turn it in. So if you didn't turn it in, someone can help you. Or like I got sent to go to all the Spanish-speaking people in the Delta area and stuff. So they sent me out. And it's very interesting. Only one people turned me away and were like, oh, no. why should you? Whoa! It's like, am I not late? I'm going. Sometimes they send us out too. Like, oh, la más interesante, the most interesting one is, I don't know how familiar then you always saw Sacramento. They sent me out. Well, they sent a group of us out after midnight.
Oh, wow. Oh,
To go to all the homeless areas. The typical, all up and down.
They don't even
Stockton.
live anywhere.
All in up and down Stockton Boulevard. See, they want to get this.
Stockton?
Yeah, Stockton Boulevard. Not in Stockton, Stockton Boulevard in South Sacramento.
Oh,
So it's a place I wouldn't. We went behind this empty building where we knew where typical homeless groups were.
How many of you?
It was one guy and about 7 or 8 of us women. And we'd just go behind all the old buildings. None of us were packing. So I mean, honestly, the homeless.
Beating each other.
Yeah.
What?
Was like,
What have you done?
so that's where they get these statistics. So that's why I said this. My book was. I think your guys was 209 at 2009. I think mine's 2012. And so, like I said, mine was done after. The only difference in the whole reading, though, was the first people. So obviously they updated that. Okay. So 50. Okay. So Spanish-speaking people. I wonder. Yeah, I don't think I count in it because I'm not in the census. Yeah, so that they get that figure from the U.S. Census. So we don't know how many people in other countries. So, but in the United States, Mexican Americans are the #1. Like you said, if you go to the East Coast, you're going to get people from those islands over there. You got Puerto Rico. So what's different about Puerto Rico than Cuba? So people from Cuba, how do they hear? A lot of them is illegally or it's through political asylum because of what's going on in Cuba. Dictatorship, right? It's been under dictatorship since the 60s. You go over there, you know what kind of cars you're going to see? All old from the 50s. Because why? What's happened with Cuba? Why don't they have all the modern stuff? Which, yeah, so we had an embargo. We did a trade embargo with that. That meant, okay, your dictatorship, so you're good. There are other countries that do trade with them, but so far as cars and stuff, you'll see a lot of 50s cars on the road. And they don't have their own. Yeah, it's like getting back into the 50s so far as seeing that kind of stuff. Yeah, so they have very restricted internet access. There's restricted internet access. It's a dictatorship, so they just rein in and make
Curfew.
I don't know exactly how restricted it is. Now it's more open. So President Obama opened. We weren't allowed to travel to Cuba. And so Obama opened it up a little. So people would go to Mexico, and then from Mexico, because they wanted to visit Cuba. I don't know. So now there are only certain operators, and there's only certain ways to get to Cuba. Not any just airline can go. It's still restricted. But yeah, Cuba they're still somewhat dictatorship, still full dictatorship. Okay. Let's look at página 44. Página 44. Anybody heard of Don Quixote? Don Quixote? Okay. Don. Uh-oh, that means I'm gonna die.
He even has like.
Okay, so just like so Don Quixote is like probably the most. Don es un título. Don es un título. ¿Qué es título? Título, title. The title, like master. Don Quixote, or your boss, a lot of times. So Don Quixote is like the most famous literary work from Spain. I mean, it's world known. Everybody.
I was like,
But it's okay. You guys are young. So, but if you ever take any Spanish literature classes, if and when you do, yeah, this is like a staple. If you don't read the old style Don Quixote, it was written in very old Spanish, and it's much more difficult to understand. I worked my way through it. It was very interesting, and it was the full. This is like a very, 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 very condensed version of it. But he was loco, a little crazy. Yeah, and so he went out and he fought los molinos. He went out and fought no personas, the windmills. he lived in una fantasía. And so he went out and he fought the windmills as if he was fighting an army. Yeah. And so
So what did he do exactly to fight windmills?
epic adventure that didn't truly exist. And he had.
So he was crazy and that's what
Yeah, but but it's a literal work of fiction.
Oh, it's fiction. Okay,
It's fiction.
It's like.
So it's the most famous Spanish. So when I say Spanish, what am I saying? Right? I'm saying from Spain. I'm saying from Spain. Okay? When I say the most famous Spanish literary work, Spanish as in Spain. Okay? So, like in Spanish, of course, it is very old Spanish. So this kind of gives us an idea of what it's about. So the molino. So there's the molino. Okay. David, go ahead and read for us on page 44. Go ahead and read starting dos personajes importantes. Una descripción. Go ahead and start reading there for us.
Who has to read?
David.
David.
Tuta.
Start where it says una descripción on the top of page 44.
Novelas famosa de la literatura española es El Quijote.
Quijote.
El autor es Miguel Cervantes Saavedra.
Okay, read the next.
Read the next one too, David.
El Quijote es la historia de...
Okay. El Quijote es la historia del famoso caballero andante Don Quijote de la Mancha. La Mancha es una región de España.
Región.
De España.
So, Don Quixote de la Mancha. Okay, so, ¿quién es el autor? ¿Quién es el autor? ¿Autor? ¿Qué es autor? Author. ¿Quién es el autor? ¿Quién es el autor? Miguel.
Cervantes Saavedra.
Miguel de Cervantes de Saavedra. So what someone explained to me the other day, so on the last name, we were talking about someone getting married, and you keep your maiden name. No. When you're born, you keep your mom's name. I can't remember what it was, but the day was like the name of your mom's name. Yeah.
Oh, I only know
the day.
My mom's name.
Oh, okay. Oh, like,
No, I tell me like her sister, Aragon Lao. So she's
Yeah, so it used to be the day, I always wondered where the day was from, so it meant that was a former name. It was a former name. There's a lot of different traditions, and like the Chinese thing, I thought my friend was just, I thought she was, a 2000s kind of girl, where she kept her name. But she said, no, in the Chinese language, you keep your maiden name. And, you know, like in the United States, we kind of hyphenated it. Everybody. When you hyphenate it, because you don't want to. Anyway, so if I were to keep. Trisha, what am I adding? That's way too much. Yeah, hyphenate it, and it always have like that. Okay, so let's go to the next. Here, I'm gonna get out. Okay, let's go for it. Yeah, we're right here. Okay. I'll help you out. Okay.
Also,
Flaco. Sancho. Panza. Compañero. Quijote. Personaje. Personajes.
Sancho es otro flaco como Don
Quijote.
Quijote.
Okay, you can stop there. Okay. So, ¿es alto y flaco como Don Quijote? Sancho Panza?
Does that mean tall and skinny? Because
Tall and thin.
one of my mom's nieces, she's all like calling him, but I'm flaco, or going like, yeah, and then like one day, and Mom, why did you call her flaco? What's her name? Oh, it's
Yes, the flaco. So, anytime there's a number, like flaco, if it's the first flaco, that's what the question is. Sancho Panza, so El Grande, the big one, es Quijote. Okay, so he says, Sancho es alto y flaco como Don Quixote. So, Sancho, is he tall and thin like Don Quixote? No. ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo es Sancho? Bajo y gordo. Bajo y gordito. ¿Sí? O no es flaco, pero es gordo, ¿sí? Gordo, we didn't learn gordo, did we?
yeah,
So, gordo. So gordo.
we learned it in like our stuff in class. Like we learned to like never say it though.
No, that was fail.
Well, it means no, I don't remember. We learned it like you can only use it when you're saying like my dog, my cat.
I don't remember. I don't. You might be right. I don't remember. Okay. So Sancho no es flaco. Okay, and then Thor, go ahead and read first. No.
De
Ninguna manera.
Es bajo y gordo. Sancho Panza es una persona graciosa. Es cómico, pero Don Quijote no. Él es muy serio y es una persona
Honesta.
y generosa. Según Sancho Panza, Don Quijote es tonto. Y según Don Quijote, Sancho es perezoso.
Okay. So they sound like they kind of have a love-hate relationship here.
Yeah,
Okay. So according to Sancho Panza, Don Quixote is
Gracioso.
So no. So it says Sancho Panza es gracioso.
Oh, we're talking about that guy.
Okay. So if you look down at the bottom of the key, okay. So anytime, so like, what is, you want to know what según, look at number 4, that has the 4 by it, look at number 4 down there. So según is according to. So según Sancho Panza, Don Quixote es tonto. So what's tonto mean? Foolish, crazy. So Sancho thinks that Quixote is tonto. Okay? And then what does Quixote think about Sancho? He says, según Quixote, the last sentence, y según Don Quixote, Sancho es perezoso. So, what do we know about Sancho? Sancho es gordo, sí, es
Bajo.
bajo, perezoso, and gracioso. A friend that everybody needs, right? Funny, short, lazy, and fat. Okay. And ¿cómo es Don Quixote? ¿Cómo es Don Quixote? En español, so no. Sancho es perezoso. Sancho es perezoso. Okay. So Sancho es perezoso, Quixote es alto, flaco, word of the day, flaco. Pero tiene K, tiene K, ¿sí? ¿Tiene K? No. C. ¿Tiene C o K? Huh? C. Okay. I've seen them where they put K's in for the C's. So es alto, flaco, ¿es serio?
Yeah.
Sí, Don Quixote es serio. ¿Es serio? Honesto. Generoso. Okay? Sí. Es serio, honesto, generoso, flaco y alto. So they're opposites, right? They say opposites attract. So no. Even for friendships, if you're always with someone that's exactly like you, you're gonna do a lot of. Yeah. So we got two complete opposites here. So I'll give you a little bit more on this story. So he's going on this epic adventure. There were epic stories. That was a big thing back in the time this was written. A big epic adventure. Okay, if you read this side on the page there, the novel El Quijote is the second most widely read book of the first La Biblia. El Quijote has been translated into many more languages than any other literary work. And you've never heard of it. Second most widely read book after the Bible. What? Because it's used in everybody's language. The most famous piece of literature from Spain. So I knew Don Quixote from my literature. Yeah, but if you don't study Spanish, it just depends on what your curriculum is. What kind of curriculum are you using for homeschool? And a lot of things, even my son, traditional classes. Yeah. And all of the professors are going to what they prefer and more modern stuff and kind of ditching the classic. So there's been a step away from it. So when I was in public high school, we studied Solomon Crawford's as literature. And I was shocked. I'm like, I was just like, no, what's going on? But we studied it as literature, and it is literature. And, it is literature. It just happens to be life. But yeah. So he's on this epic adventure. Don Quixote, he says, and he said, you see, there's a bunch of windmills. There's a bunch of, and La Mancha is the area of Spain that they're from. And there's a bunch of windmills. And he sees them as tall men. He said, look, Sancho, they're rising let's go get them. So he's going out to fight these windmills.
Were the windows actually like about to blow up or what?
No, he saw them. In his mind, those were men. Those were men out there. They were armed. You know, they had their armor going around. You know, they were fight mode. Right? So that's why it's so interesting, because it's the novel of the time. I mean, it was a big thing. Think about it. How many books were written? It doesn't give me 1600s or 1500s. I mean, it's an old novel. So how much literature was actually written back then? So yeah, they made it around to anybody, right? And that wasn't carved in stone. Okay, so now I've introduced you to the second most widely read. Yeah, I've empowered you guys. Okay. Hopefully, maybe you might. Okay, let's look at página 46. Página 46. Look at page 46. Página 46. Okay. Description with the girl it describes. Okay. Una muchacha rubia. Se. Okay. No más, solamente ella. Yo. Una muchacha alta. B y bien, right? C es alta también. Okay. Una muchacha graciosa. You guys can type these in the chat bar. I don't think I have a chat bar. And the last one, read it.
Type in the chat. Stupid.
Una muchacha inteligente.
No.
How can you tell how someone's intelligent from looking at them? It says what? Oh. It's definitely not something you can see from looking at somebody, right? What'd you do? A deer caught in the headlight limit. Huh? Oh, huh? What? I have one of those ones. So I'll say the page number, and we've been working on it for 10 minutes. Like, what page are we on? And I'm just like, some people just want differently, you know? What episode are we on? I just don't know. Okay. Complete. Number 5. So we'll just go around the room and we'll do it. So we'll start with number 5 with you. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So figure it out. You have to figure it out from the clues. So I'll have you guys do number 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so when we get around to you, I'll tell you. Okay. So look at 11, 12, and 13. El joven es blank. No es alto. So if he no es alto, then he must be.
Right.
So el joven es bajo, no es alto. Okay, next thing. Read the sentence, yeah. Ella. Muy. Seria. Bastante.
It's me. Me who?
No.
Okay.
No es muy seria. Graciosa or cómica. Ella.
How is that person?
They use it kind of interchangeably. Okay. Graciosa, cómica. Okay. Siete. Bueno.
En
Matemáticas. Blank, very good at math. thinking of what you guys are. What are you guys? Okay. So what is it?
Number 11, number 12,
Alumno. So we're gonna put in here. Carlos es un alumno, right? Porque es Carlos, es un.
You're doing number 13.
¿Cuál?
8.
Yes.
Puerto Rico.
Huge.
Okay. No es pequeña, es grande. So we're working. Okay. 9. Rosa. She'll work on it. She'll get it. She'll get it. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
Right there.
Say. Did you do number 13? Pinoni is
Simpática.
big.
Okay. And number 10.
What is sincere? These. What is
Como yo. Like me.
This was cool.
Muy bien. Okay. La señora Ortiz es una profesora de español. Okay. We're at number 11. You guys choose which one of you is doing number 11?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Queen es Carlos.
Okay. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién? Remember, the Q only says K, only says the K sound. It doesn't say Q. To get the Q sound, you need CU. Okay. So that's ¿quién es Carlos. Muy bien. 12.
¿Cómo es el Joseph?
Okay. ¿Cómo es él? What is that question asking? What is he like? So he's not. So we're looking for a description.
Alto.
So you could say, so for 12 you could have 2 answers, right? How is he? Yeah, you need to say alto. You could possibly say mexicano too. You could possibly say. Okay, and number 13.
¿De dónde es?
You do an answer first.
La escuela.
Where is he from? I mean, you could say he's from the school, but most of the time, yeah, Puerto Rico. Yeah. He's from the School of Hard Knocks, right? Yeah, he's from the School of Hard Knocks. Okay, número 14.
Yeah, we should go behind there again.
¿Quiénes son? Who are they? Who are they? Not what are they? Who are they? José y Tomás. Okay, so who are they? José y Tomás. Okay, let's look at number 4. We'll start with you. Shoot. Okay. 15. Sí. Guatemala, el muchacho. Okay? Right? Quite the median there. Yeah. Okay, Bryce, number 16. Yes. One option there. Carlos, is he masculine, singular, plural? Es un amigo entero. 17, everyone together should be? Unas, right? Because it's feminine plural. And 18, los. Okay. So, preguntas. So this this homework this week will just be finishing up chapter 1, working on little things we haven't worked a whole lot on. If anybody else has any homework, I think everybody pretty much trained the homework. Todo para hoy. That's all for today. And so I will have the homework up tomorrow morning. I usually try to do everything on Thursday. Okay? Have the homework up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Working on sending me those workbook pages.
Yeah.
Okay, so get those sent to me so I can get them graded.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, any questions?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, nobody wants this? Okay, adios. Okay, most of us gonna say something.